Hello, everyone. Lovely to see you. Welcome to your yoga mat, to your practice. And welcome to day 4 of 14-day challenge that Yoga Tree is currently running. And the asana of the day is eagle pose. So if you've been following along, that is the asana for today. And I'm currently trying to pin a comment. I've never done that before and I'm not sure how it works. But we're gonna try. If at first you don't succeed, have a glass of wine. No, just kidding. Try again. Okay. So as you arrive, make sure to grab a blanket for underneath of the knees. And I'm actually going to use eagle pose asana as the inspiration for our practice today. And thanks, Patricia. I was sent instructions, but I've just never done it before. So, I wanted to do eagle pose because it is really lovely for the shoulders. It really helps to stretch out that area. And it is very beneficial for the chest, for the upper back. But something I found beneficial with is because it is so binding and so inward, it's nice to balance it out with stretches that open. So it's a contraction and an opening. And when you do those two things together, it tends to leave you with a more balanced feeling overall in the body. So that is what I wanted to offer today. And with that said, so definitely grab a blanket if you need one for your knees. It's just something that I really recommend. And that would be about it. If you have any other props that you want to use, feel free to use it. And I am going to make this as all levels as I can. It's a 30-minute flow, but I almost always go over because what can you do with 30 minutes? Not enough. So we might go over about 5 minutes or so. With that said, come to the mat and we are going to start in a seated position. So if it's comfortable for you to cross the legs, then just begin with a cross-legged shape. If you want to sit onto the blanket right away, just giving yourself that extra little bit of padding for underneath of the body, then go in that direction. If you prefer sitting on the shins, if you are looking to switch things up a little bit, placing the opposite shin that you would normally place in front behind, to give you that little bit of change and shift and notice where it pulls your awareness. But if it's deeply uncomfortable, just switch back. But it's nice to switch up little habits that we might not even realize we're drawn towards. So once you have the body set in a way that is comfortable, become aware of how you're holding the torso, sitting up nice and tall, and see how it feels just to rest the hands on the legs with the palms facing up. Fingers curling, shoulders dropping, letting the eyes close, and just beginning with the breath. Taking those longer sips of air through the nose. And those deeper exhalations, maybe even out of the mouth, to help with that sighing and that dropping into the body. Starting to find a more balanced breath, length of inhale, matching length of exhale. And just giving the mind a chance to arrive on the mat, especially if it's elsewhere, caught up in tasks or whatever was happening before you came to your seated shape. Send the breath deeper into the belly. And take all the time you need to let the exhale release all the way out. And let your breath be an internal guide through the practice. Let the pace of the breath, let the flow of the breath determine your rate of movement. More often than not, the breath asks us to move slower than we might normally. So with breath flow considered, just pressing palms together, bring the hands right in towards heart center. Give yourself that sensation of thumb bone to sternum, that rootedness, that connection to center. And as you breathe out, bow the chin down towards the chest and take a moment with head bowed to set an easy to remember intention. What is something that you need from your time on the mat? Something you can carry with you and even offer to others. And with intention considered, let the eyes slowly blink open. So let the arms relax down beside you and begin by taking the right arm across the body. Take the left arm, create a hook. Find that stretch of the upper back and see how it feels to take left ear to left shoulder. Push the right upper arm bone down and accentuate the neck stretch. And take a really deep breath into the chest, into the upper back. And as you breathe in, start to lift the head back up to center. Continue to wrap the arms into your eagle arms. Palms might press. It might be backs of hands together, or you might reach for shoulders. What is attainable? And then inhale to lift the elbows up. Maybe find a hint of a back bend. And exhale to curve down and in. Elbows in, chin to chest. Take one breath, drawn inward. Use your inhale to glide up, unravel the arms, visit cactus arms, draw the shoulder blades together. Take a deep inhale to really squeeze them towards one another. And then breathing out, hands behind you, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulder blades together, revisit a different heart opening sensation. One breath to maybe lift the chin. And then releasing the arms, take the left arm across the chest, right arm creates that hook. Push the left upper arm bone down, right ear to right shoulder. Maybe you spread and move fingers as you breathe into the upper back, into the neck stretch. And then inhale to lift the head up, continue into your bind. Whether that's palms together, backs of hands, hug the shoulders, what's attainable. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, draw in and down, chin to chest. Forearms drop away from the nose. Use an inhale, drift back up, unravel, visit cactus arms, open up, draw shoulder blades together, prompt the heart forward. Exhaling, hands behind you, interlace fingers, draw shoulder blades together. If knuckles press into the floor, use that to lift the heart more, lift the chin more. Take a really satisfying breath. On an exhale, release the hands and start to find your way into a child's pose. So taking that blanket across the mat, add that extra little padding for the knees. See how it feels to take the knees a little wider and allow the torso to nestle down between the inner thighs. Stretch the arms forward for that subtle expression of the down dog shape. Let the chest drop down, let the head drop down, and already start to press thumb and index firmly into the floor. Take a breath into the upper back once again, and let the exhale fall onto the mat. And pressing into palms as you inhale, drift back, drift into your tabletop position. So you might keep knees a little wider. You might bring them to hip distance. Play around with wider, hands wider, knees wider. See where it takes the experience. Inhale as you send the belly down for cow, lifting the face. Exhale, nice and long for cat, arching the spine, head releasing. 2 more, breathing in, let the front body widen. Breathing out, arching the back, still pressing into thumb and index. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhaling to that neutral spine. Again, with hands and knees a little bit wider, start to move the torso in all directions. Find that more multifaceted capacity of the spine. Move from side to side, up and down, hips back, shoulders forward. Moving in all directions, finding a bit more movement, especially if you've already been seated at a desk this morning. Wiggle it out for 3. Deep breaths, 2. 1, starting to come towards a neutral back with the toes curled under, knees at hip distance. Start to slowly guide the hips into the air. As you come into your first downward dog, experience the transitions. Pedal out the legs, pressing down into the thumbs, just finding a little bit more movement in the backs of the legs. Give the head a shake, maybe stick out a tongue, maybe sigh the breath out. So taking your time in your downward dog. And then as you inhale, slowly float forward into your plank position. Take a moment to set up in plank, squeezing the thighs, relaxing the face. Take another breath to really fuse muscle to bone in the legs. And then using knees, if it serves you, coming all the way down onto the front of the body. Once you are down, start to set the arms up in a cactus shape on the floor, palms flat, upper arms the height of the shoulders. Inhale to lift the chest up, try and drag the body forward. Exhale, soften back down. Another 2, inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Last one, breathing in to float up, breathing out to float down. On your next inhale, start to lift the arms and the legs, find those cactus arms floating, lifting by squeezing glutes, shoulder blades together. Option to take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, lifting the chest, tucking the chin, breathe for 3. Deep breaths, 2. 1, unlock the hands, press into the palms, shift back to that child's pose again. This time bring the knees a little closer together, let the torso kind of melt over top of the thighs. See how it feels as you let the forehead relax down. Breathe into the upper back. Placing hands down by shins, inhale to stand on the knees at the back of the mat. Being very aware of thigh bones coming straight down from the hips, strong in the core. Take the right arm underneath the left. Finding your eagle arms, pressing palms together or backs of hands or shoulders, choose your bind. As you inhale, begin to lift the elbows up. As you exhale, curve down and in, chin to chest, opening up through the upper back. As you inhale, slowly lift back up to center. Use the right arm to start pulling the left arm over towards the right. Push the top of the left thigh bone back. Feel the stretch through the left shoulder. Take a breath, twisted to the right side. Use your inhale, turn back to center, unravel arms, cactus them, release the bind. Exhaling, take hands behind, interlace the fingers, open up across the chest. You might stay nice and straight or exhale to lean back a little. Keep the spine straight. Let the thighs do the work. Take one more breath. As you inhale, pull forward, left arm underneath the right. Finding the bind here. Finding that nice squeegee of the shoulder blades. Choose the bind that serves you. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale to draw in and down, chin to chest. Forearms drift away from the face. Inhale to come up. Use the left arm to pull it over the left. Turning towards the left as the top of the right thigh bone pushes back. Deepen the twist, stretching the right shoulder. Inhale to float back to center. Unravel the arms, cactus them for the release. Flare the chest, spread the fingers. Exhaling, hands behind you, interlace. Draw shoulder blades together, puff the heart. You might stay up or start to lean back, using the firmness of the belly, the firmness of the thighs to guide you. One more breath. Inhale, pull back up. Release the hands gently. Guide them to the mat, tabletop position. Curl the toes under, lift up and back. Downward facing dog. Does down dog feel different now that you've opened front body and shoulders a bit more? Just noticing those little changes. Maybe you stay in the down dog or invitation to take a vinyasa. Inhale slowly towards plank position. Knees down if it serves you, gentle and slow chaturanga. Inhale through either cobra, hips down, or up dog, hips lifted, yogi's choice. Exhale, coming through the knees, swinging the hips back, downward facing dog. Serve the lungs with so much breath for 3. That sighing breath is there if you need it. 2. 1, looking to the front edge of the mat, slowly walk the feet in that direction, arriving in your forward fold at the top of the mat. Relaxing the arms, maybe reaching for opposite elbows. Let the knuckles drop down towards the floor. As you inhale, lift the spine halfway, flatten the back. As you exhale, fold towards tops of legs. Slow motion chair, sitting back gradually, squeezing the glutes before you even arrive, reaching the arms forward so you can send the bum back even more. On an exhale, fold forward, hands touch down. Inhale, step the left toes to the back end of the mat, place the left kneecap down, maybe add padding. Inhaling, sending the arms up into the air, palms facing one another, really squeeze right foot to floor. Exhale, take the right arm underneath the left, visiting eagle arms, whatever bind suits you. You might stay up here, working that bind, or inhale to lift elbows. Exhale to curve down and in, chin to chest, pushing right heel back, left thigh bone forward. Use an inhale to pull you back up. Unravel the arms, counter pose, cactus arms. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale, hands behind you, interlace fingers. Retract shoulder blades together. Offer the heart forward, 1 breath. Breathing out, bring hands down to either side of that right foot. As you inhale, straighten the left leg, and then send right arm up into the air. See if you can open the chest to the ceiling. Find that openness to balance out the bind. As you breathe out, right hand inside the right arch, left heel down, crawl back to a wide-legged forward fold. Hands be on the ground. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold, palms press down, soft bend in the knees, checking to make sure heels are fairly well matched. Let your head Feel its full weight. Inhale to lift the chest, lift the head. Spy the right foot, crawl in that direction, turn to face the top of the mat with control. Step left foot forward beside the right. Use your inhale, lift the spine halfway, feel the strength of the core fire. Exhale, fold, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, sit back into the strength of your chair pose. Get the legs so strong, the arms soft with a hollow feeling. A deep breath to balance out the effort. Exhale, fold forward, fingertips touch down. Inhale to step the right toes to the back of the mat. Gently place that right kneecap down. Make sure it has support if it needs it. Inhale, send the arms up into the air, upper arm bones framing the ears. On an out breath, take left arm underneath the right. Choose the bind that serves you. If this isn't accessible, back of hands or reach for shoulders. You might stay lifted, pushing forearms away from the nose, accentuate upper back, stretch, or inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, curve down and in as you squeeze left toes into floor, right thigh bone forward. Lift from the legs. Root down as you rise through the torso. Unbind the arms, cactus arms here, open through the chest. Exhaling, hands behind, interlace the fingers. Breathe in to feel the openness across the front of you. Exhaling, float fingertips to floor. Either side of left foot, right toes, curl under, straighten right leg. Inhale, send the left arm up into the air. You might stack shoulders or spin the left side of the chest up to the ceiling. Go where it feels good. Breathing out, left hand down, right heel down. We'll crawl back to a wide-legged forward fold. See how it feels to set the heels up. Find a bit more of a bend in the knees. See how it feels to wrap right arm underneath the left. Come to eagle arms. Use the weight of the arms here. Forearms drop away from face. Head drops down. You might stay silent and still, or you might start to sway the body from side to side. Kind of like your hands were a paintbrush on the floor. If this is too much, just reaching for opposite elbows and coming to a neutral shape. See where the stretch takes you. Another couple breaths just to be upside down. And then eventually drifting back to center. If you were in the bind, let the arms drop down, let them dangle in neutrality. Spying the left toes, crawling in that direction, pivot to face the top of the mat with control. Step right foot forward beside the left. As you inhale, lift the spine halfway. As you exhale, soft bend in the knees as you fold. Sit back into your chair pose. Find that nice rootedness in the legs. Reach the arms straight forward. And you might stay as is or start to lift the left heel up or the whole left foot up, practicing your balance. Maybe you're bending the right knee more because it's fun. I'm playing it fast and loose with the word fun. And then placing that left foot down, inhale, pick the right heel up. That might be more than enough. Or starting to lift that foot up as well. Bend the left knee again, because fun. Breathe. And then placing that right foot down, inhale, rise up, arms up. Exhaling, arms relax down beside you. Let them frame the torso, palms facing forward. Close the eyes for a moment and practice the pause. Those in-between moments that are sometimes lost, where we have a chance to witness kindly the moment as it is, how we feel in the moment. And learning to be okay with whatever the moment holds. Just Practicing that gentle acceptance through sun salutation A, modifying where you need on an inhale, send the arms sweeping up above you. Exhale, dive through the hips, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, lift the spine halfway, flat back, open heart. Exhaling, placing the hands down, stepping into the firmness of plank. Knees down if it serves you, chaturanga slow. Inhale through up dog or cobra, abdominals firm. Exhale, lift high, float back, downward facing dog. Breathe here for 3. Deep breaths, 2. Bending knees if you feel some tightness in the low back. Pushing back through thigh bones, sit bones. Wait for the bottom of the breath. Once you're empty, looking towards the hands, step, walk, or hop in that direction. Inhale, lift the spine halfway, draw shoulder blades to touch. Exhale, fold, soft bend in the legs. Inhale, reach arms up, eyes up. Exhaling, hands towards heart center. Second time, inhale, reach above. Exhale, dive slowly with control. Inhale, lift the spine halfway, flat back. Exhaling, hands down, stepping or springing back. Firm up thighs and belly, knees down if you need, chaturanga. Inhale through the back bend that serves your body best. Exhale, lift from legs and core, coming back and through downward facing dog. Replenish with breath. Remember intention. And question your decision to wear a flowy shirt today, even though you really wanted a flowy shirt. It was a flowy shirt kind of day. C'est la vie. From your down dog, begin to walk the hands back towards the feet, nice and slow. And once you're in the forward fold, let the arms relax down, soft little bend in the knees. Feel all 10 toes gripping the floor. Let them provide that rooted feeling. And as you inhale, sitting back into chair pose. So reaching the arms straight forward. Start to rise just a little bit. Come to about a 30% effort chair. And then that practice of lifting just the left heel up. That might be more than enough, or lift the whole foot up. If you'd like to come to the more complete eagle pose, cross the left leg over top of the right, squeezing inner thighs together like you're trying not to pee. If you want to hook the foot, that's fine, but if it brings the hips out of alignment, torquing them to the side, don't worry, it's just a fancy movement. If you want to do full bind, go for it. You might stay or take right arm underneath the left, finding your eagle bind. You can stay lifted. You can even just work in cactus arms, see where you're drawn. Really focus on your right big toe. Let your right leg, the foundation, hold you. If you want to bow down, elbows coming towards thighs, that's an option too, or just stay lifted. Choose your shape and breathe into your choice. 3, 2, 1. From wherever you are, if you're bound down, start to rise up. Unravel the arms, unravel the legs. Do a little bit of a starfish movement here. Yay! And then come down. Opening up after being closed. It's all about balance. So, press the feet down hip distance. On your next inhale, sitting back down into your 30% chair. So just about a 30% bend. Pressing into that left foot, you might practice just lifting the heel up, the foot up, working here. Really great place to stay and strengthen, or cross the legs over top one another. Squeeze inner thighs. Get those adductors strong. Maybe right foot hooks around left, not important, especially if your hips feel torqued. And then starting to take left arm under right, palms press, backs of hands, shoulders, or cactus arms, so many options. You can stay lifted or starting to bind down, focusing a lot on your left leg, left foot as you draw inward. Eyes on one spot. If you are working the bind, take your time, engage the core, press down into the left foot before you begin to rise up. Even here, that root to rise. If you're bound, unravel, spread the arms, spread the legs, wee, which actually looks more like an eagle than what we were just in, but I don't make the rules. Relax the arms, shake it off. And walk to the top of the mat, coming through a salute to the sun. Tuck in your flowy shirt. Let's do this. Inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, dive slowly through the hips. Inhale with the spine halfway flat back. Exhaling, hands down, stepping or jumping back. Chaturanga slow. Inhale through the heart opener. Exhale, guide the hips back and through the air, downward facing, last down dog. Scan the body, check in. How has half an hour of movement already changed you? 3, 2, 1. Rise onto tippy toes, gently place the knees down, visit a child's pose for a moment. Draw inward, check in. Hands can be under forehead, reaching back or forward, what feels natural, and replenish with breath. Carefully selecting the thoughts that meet you in this moment. When you're ready, starting to lift up, sitting onto the heels, bringing the legs out in front of you for a brief moment. Visit a butterfly pose. Connect the arches together, knees to either side. Just a little chance here to help open up through the hips. You can sit onto a blanket, a cushion, if you have a block, choosing something that feels good. Holding onto shins or feet, lifting the chest up. Feel that tallness, that alertness. If you wish to hinge forward, fulfill your wish, hinging from the hips, but still a sense of the sit bones and the thigh bones being glued to the floor. Go to where it makes sense and continue to use breath to slow heart rate and calm the body for 3. Letting the breath fall out of the mouth if that feels good. 2. 1. Slowly lifting up, gather the legs together, extend them straight out in front of you, spinning the inner thighs down, just finding Dandasana, staff pose, legs out in front, hands beside you, pressing down into the floor, drawing the shoulders together. You might already feel sensation in the back of the legs. You might stay or begin to hinge from the hips, hands holding onto legs to push the thigh bones back into the hips as you reach the chest towards the top of the feet, or you might just let the torso drape over the thighs. It is Monday after all, so choosing the shape that you're drawn to and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Let your inhale slowly guide you up and out of this shape. Take the hands behind you, feet wide on the mat, and let your knees drift from side to side. Find that nice release for the hips, that rotation for the thigh bones. And once you have moved knees from side to side, crossing the legs again, sitting up nice and tall, coming back to this shape that you started the practice in, letting hands rest where they feel natural, whether that's on body, resting on legs, palms pressed together. Close the eyes and take a moment to scan through the muscles in the face, the neck, the shoulders and chest, upper back and arms, down into the hands and each of the fingers. Noticing where you feel the breath in the torso, a sense of the air moving down into the bowl of the pelvis. Feeling the weight of the hips, thigh bones, shins, and feet. Letting the breath and the intention you chose permeate mind, body, and soul. And Just pressing the palms together, bringing the hands in towards heart center, offering gratitude towards self for showing up. And some days that is the goal, to just show up. Letting go of expectation, showing up on the mat, knowing that you are worth showing up for. And carrying that knowledge into the rest of the day. On an exhale, just bowing the head down towards the heart one more time. And very slowly letting the eyes blink open. Thank you for sharing your Monday afternoon and for flowing with me. I hope it was helpful and helped to break up the day. And continue to join us. There are live classes, there are Zoom classes. I do a happy hour class on Thursdays at 4 o'clock where I give lots of fun wine tips. So be sure to check it out. And just keep taking extra good care of yourselves. Keep showing up, especially as we head into the extended weeks of quarantine. It gets tough, but we're here for you. And sending you all love. Yay, floaty hearts. They're my favorite. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I appreciate you so much. Knowing you guys are on the other side of the phone is a lifesaver. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and be sure to check in this afternoon later on for another live class. Yay! The word of the day again today was eagle pose. That is the asana. Eagle pose, day 4 of 14 in our 14-day challenge. Eagle pose. Thanks, Cheryl. Sending love. Eagle pose. Eagle pose. Eagle pose was the day of the day. I'm just going to keep saying it. Eagle pose. Eagle pose? Did I say eagle pose? Eagle pose. Thank you guys. Eagle pose. Day of the day. Word of the day. What are words? I don't know. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Appreciate you. Sending love. Bye. Eagle pose. Day of the day. Word of the day.